Hi there, Loy Machedo, speaking to you from loymachedo.com and newsloymachedo.com. The date today is March 20th, 2015. It's a Friday. And the time right now is 7:23 in the morning. Got up at 4 o'clock. Just went for a little bit of shopping to a 24-hour supermarket. Just purchased a couple of things and was just browsing online, and I don't know, suddenly got this inspiration where I wanted to share this video with you. Just to let you know, for those of you who do not know, that I'm a personal branding strategist. I help people in terms of market themselves, brand themselves, and also on a much deeper level discover who they really are. It's something that you have to experience to understand it. And if you do not feel the need to discover yourself, if you don't feel the sense of uneasiness or lack of fulfillment, you do not need this. It is only for people who, go through those moments where they're really wondering, like, is this all there is to life? That is where you need a mentor or a coach. Now, I get a lot of people from various walks of life and who want coaching, who want my different services, from resume building to preparing for interviews, communication, and yes, the most in-depth coaching is whereby they ask for peak performance strategies, or as a coach to help discover who they really are. It's not something that I do it as like, oh, I'm the know-it-all almighty. Rather, it is a mutual process where we both discover things. Been doing this for a couple of years now. The incident that I want to bring across was this particular guy. Now, I don't want to mention names. Now, this guy happened to get in touch with me through social media, and he said he wanted my coaching. Now, after speaking to him a little bit, he started explaining to me that he had problems in his marriage because he and his wife used to always keep fighting. Then next, he kind of told me that he had diabetes, he had blood pressure, his health was kind of failing him in different avenues, and he was confused because his business was not actually pushing to the limits where he wanted it to go. And then he kind of told me that he wanted a coach to help him sort this mess out, so many things that were happening in his life. And then after that, he kind of tells me that now he's overweight. Okay, just mind you, he's overweight. And then he tells me that, by the way, a lot of women find me attractive. So I was like, okay, now from where did that come? So you're saying a lot of women find me attractive, and I've been called as a model. So I asked him, like, what is your body weight? So his height was something around 5 feet, 5 inches or something like that. And it seems apparently his weight is 116 kilos. So he's really a plump, fat guy. So I was like, I just browsed his profile on Facebook. I saw, man, he's really a plump, fat guy. There's no way to put it across in a much gentle way that he's well built. He's fat and he's unhealthy. And it's good to feel positive about yourself, but at the same time to have a sense of arrogance and feel that you look sexy or you look amazing and women find you like ooh la la, that's stupid. And then he added to it by saying that whenever he used to go for any parties or his friends, their friends keep saying like, wow, you look amazing, wow man, that style is great, your car is great, your dress sense is amazing. So I was like, okay, fine. I was listening to all this, and he asked me like, what did I think about him? I just said that I'm looking at a guy who's seriously overweight, who is not at all attractive by any sense of the word attractive, who's abusing his body, who's mentally and emotionally not stable, and who kind of gets his sense of fulfillment knowing that he's having a business, because that is where he identifies himself. And I told him that he needed to sort things that money could not buy, that is his inner being, his health, his mental frame of mind, and stop being deluded by constantly seeking other people's approval by saying that, oh, they found me attractive and they talk highly about me, or they take photographs or whatever. So this is what we agreed. The following day, we were supposed to meet in the evening. So I called him up just to confirm the appointment, and I also wanted to understand, okay, what was the objective for the meeting? I always like to reconfirm. And then he tells me the objective for the meeting as to why he's coming to me for my services was to ensure that I help him become a legend in the business circles. I help him maximize his profits for his company. And he even adds and tells me that money is not everything, but I want to be very successful, very rich. And as far as health is concerned, as far as losing weight or branding himself or discovering who he is, he doesn't care about all this because he knows who he is. He knows his brand. He knows what he stands for. And he just wants this. This is what he wanted. And so fine, I just listened to whatever he had to say. And then he didn't even finish that, and he started giving me advice as to how I should, change myself, how I should dress up different, how I should market myself. He started giving me advice, even though I didn't ask him. And he was telling me that you might think I look fat, or you might think I don't look attractive, but there are a lot of women out there who find me very hot. My friends' circle, they considered me one of the coolest guys in the group, and he just went on like a child. I listened to whatever he had to say, and finally, in the end, I told him point blank that, listen, I don't think I'm interested to meet you, and I don't think that you're the type of person that I would want to mentor or coach. So the reason being is he like many other people, they don't focus on the inner self, the inner being. See, there are things that money cannot buy, like health, mental happiness, the feeling of feeling fulfilled. No matter how much money you earn or have lack of, you can never satisfy this unless you feel completed inside. And seeking your sense of worth by other people's compliments or what other people say, that's stupid. Today they might praise you, tomorrow they might say something else. I found it totally immature. And people coming to me for coaching and that they are giving me advice, I find it absolutely unnecessary. So I ended it off as quickly as it started, and I told him I was not interested, and he felt really offended by it. He really felt offended. He was like, do you know who I am, and how dare you say no to me? I mean, I'm a client. You need to give me importance. I was like, that's what you assume, or that's what you think. I don't owe you anything. You don't owe me anything. And I said, let's end it on a positive note. You go your way, I go my way. So the reason why I'm bringing the story up is, I mean, there are a lot of us out there, even me sometimes, I think we delude ourselves with what people think, what people say about us, with the success that we are having, on the money that we have, and we think this is who we are. To tell you very honestly, this is not who we are. We need to look inside and discover, without the money, without the qualifications, the degree, the relationships, if you remove all those things, then who is it that we truly are? That is what we need to discover. And at least in my case, I didn't have that at one point of time. I didn't have the money, I didn't have the success, I didn't have the education, nothing. I didn't have anything of this. And I had to sit down and ask myself, who am I really? And that was a time where I broke off with all my relationships, with society, religion, everything else. And I discovered who I was. It was a painful process. So to all those people who are planning to go for coaching or choosing a mentor, just remember this. First, discover who you are. Find out who you are, what do you want, and stop. If you're going to someone for help, please stop giving them advice on what they should be doing. Rather, you need to focus on yourself. And for those people who, think they can come to me for coaching so that I'm going to make them multi-millionaires or big businesses, listen, there is no foolproof advice, or there's no strategy that can guarantee you success or money. And if you're looking at money and success, making your business rise to the top of the ranks in social media, you need to go to a social media strategist, not a personal branding strategist. So I find that really stupid. And even today, it really never ceases to amaze me that there are people like this existing. I mean, it's like the best thing that he had to say in the end is, listen, I'm going to give you my money, my hard-earned money. You need to convince me why should I give you this money in the first place? And maybe then I'll come to you for coaching. So anyway, this was my incident, my experience that I had with one dumbass, really crazy guy. These are the people I want to avoid and not have as my clients. So I'm glad that he didn't think that I was good enough, or I didn't, I was wise enough to tell him no. So this is what happened. So let me know what you think. Loy from LoyMachedo.com and who's LoyMachedo.com sharing with you the incident of one hell of a crazy client who who was expecting me to do magic with things that money can buy, not with what money cannot buy. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.